Hello, welcome to another episode of Read With Me. I am yours truly, Isabel Patel, and I'm here to read with you, honey. Not only that, but today we are talking about how to dominate. Chapter number 5, Big Money Energy by Ryan Serhant. This book has been awesome, and it's filled with juicy information on how to rewire your thinking, get out of that victim mentality, how to persevere in your life, and how to get things done. So let's get into it. I don't want to waste any time. Most importantly, I want you to hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't, and most importantly, share this with someone that you know deserves to dominate. And if you don't think they deserve to dominate, share it with the world because you dominate. Okay. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, chapter number 5. This is how you dominate. We've all encountered the dominator. They're the ultra attractive, well-dressed person whose look is so amazing. It basically says, I am the leading lady/man of my own damn story, so stand back, please. Their confidence is so next level that you automatically assume they're the CEO of a huge company or an up-and-coming film star. The dominator, stylish, in charge, and their outfit screams, I make a lot of money, so loudly that everyone else is wondering, how can I get some of that? You aspire to be like them because they're obviously cracked the code for getting rich, but you hate them a little. Admit it. Because you've convinced yourself you can never be like them. And so it's unfair that they exist. The dominator knows how to capture everyone's attention with their put together and moneyed look. Whatever it is that they're wearing, a suit, a tuxedo, a dress, a gown, or even a leopard print kimono, says, I have money and I have power. The dom is like that beautiful, ultra expensive item that catches your eye at the store. You don't take the item home with you, but that doesn't mean you stop thinking about it. The dominator makes a lasting impression. From the moment he or she steps into a room, you know her. You've seen her at the last networking event you attended. The main point is, more often than not, the dom usually looks expensive. No one wants to say that, but it's true. Think of a dom you may know right now. He looks like an item on a shelf that you can't afford yet. Please understand that as the guy whose look could be once described as Walmart cowboy, and I'm not judging, I'm here to help you by pointing out something that's simple that could be a huge problem for you. Listen, we can all pretend that it doesn't matter what clothes you choose to wear each day, but it actually does. I'm sorry to break this news to you, but your appearance, and more specifically, your clothing, is important. If you want to rule at work, negotiate raises, get promoted, nail job interviews, or have your ideas heard all at the same time because you're awesome, well, you have to do something about it. So if you want to get up in the morning and throw on an old t-shirt and a pair of jeans that are crumpled up on the floor because that's what successful people on Instagram wear to work, then go right ahead. But hear me out. I'm a believer. I am on vacation and really enjoying myself, and that's fine. Sometimes, like when you're at home reading this book on your sofa, but if you want to make more money, your favorite sweats are not going to do you any favors. I know you're probably thinking, but wait, didn't Mark Zuckerberg mostly wear hoodies? He's worth billions. Sure, if you're a genius who is changing the world and can drop out of Harvard and you're absolutely certain you can take your tech company public for billions of dollars while wearing a t-shirt and a beanie, then by all means go for it. But for everyone else who is not at Harvard, who didn't get a perfect score in the SATs, who wasn't born rich, and who is just working hard to make their dreams a reality, then you need to understand that what you wear, your first physical impression of yourself to the world, is an expression of your worth in whatever field you are working in. The clothes you choose are a representation of your personal brand. Your outfit is like an ambassador representing who you are, what you believe in, and how much expertise and power you have. Before you ever open your mouth and you have a choice, do you want to look forgettable or do you want to dominate? I'm writing this in my apartment while wearing a pink tank top and a camouflage gym shorts. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm some kind of style guru, but I've experienced firsthand what happens when you accept that the world isn't going to embrace you for your skills, intelligence, or talent if you look like you just crawled out of bed. You may remember that early in my career, I had to put together what I call my nice outfit. It was a button down shirt, a pair of khakis, a belt with a very large and shiny buckle, all finished off with a pair of cowboy boots. Yeehaw! In retrospect, that outfit would have been perfect if I was selling tractors. I'd wake up in the morning, put on that outfit, and head out to work and sell real estate thinking, I hope I get some calls today. It's been slow and I have to pay my electricity bill, just like my outfit. My hopes and desires were lackluster and generic. A lazy outfit translates into a lazy attitude and lazy energy. It does not show value. It shows that you'll settle for a pile of crumbs. Ask yourself right now, do you want crumbs? I don't think so. Well, you want to be the crunchy topping on the creme brulee. Even if I had been the most savvy, sophisticated, and experienced broker around, I promise you I wasn't, all of that knowledge and expertise would have been covered up by the outfit that I wore. My outfit clearly said to my clients, I didn't try too hard with life today, but I can find you a cheap apartment if you throw me some extra cash. I might even help you move in. Can you believe I still wondered why I couldn't land 7 and 8-figured clients? Know your audience. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was starting out in sales and was not dressing for my audience, I was dressing for me. I was wearing what I had in my closet, clothes that felt comfortable. As long as you dress like a typical 20-something, you'll likely attract a 20-something. And they'll likely won't be able to provide the money or the opportunity that you're seeking for in big life. Or you'll attract adults stuck in 20-something mindset, and they're not typically the people closing big money deals, or for me, buying multi-million-dollar apartments. To attract the right client, I had to get myself in front of a totally different audience made up of people who can afford 7-figure homes. I had never played to an audience like this before, and I knew they would have expectations about what success looked like. So let's grab a beer was not a message that was going to resonate with the audience I wanted. If I wanted to get the attention from the right audience, I had to know what their symbols of success looked like. Here's code number 7. If you want people to take you seriously, start by looking like someone who should be taken seriously. That's a good one. I wanted clients who had lots of money. Manhattan is the land of well-cut suits, expensive handbags, designer shoes, and watches that cost more than your average college education. In my case, figuring out how to dress wasn't exactly a mystery of epic proportions, and it didn't have to cost a lot of money. So to start, I went to Chinatown. Chinatown is one of the most bustling neighborhoods in New York City. It's where you go to eat delicious food or buy a fake designer watch on the street. When I was working on my big money energy look, I wanted a symbol of success that would make me look like I was very, very expensive. I wanted something I could physically put out there to show the world before I even spoke that I'm the guy who can sell massive apartments to billionaires. It seems kind of silly now, but when I went to Chinatown and stood on the street hoping I wouldn't run into anyone, I knew while I weighed the pros and cons of various fake watches. I went with a Rolex. For a while, that cheap yellow knockoff watch was like my secret security blanket. Seeing Rolex whenever I checked the time was like having a vision board for success right there on my wrist. Eventually, I didn't need the fake Rolex to make me feel successful. It would also leave a weird green stain on my wrist every time that I wore it. But I was grateful. It helped me when I needed it the most. The signals for success in my industry are very, very clear. I realize that the expectations and needs for vary massively by profession, and not everyone has to wear a suit. Lucky you. But even if you don't work in a typical corporate setting or your job doesn't give you a dress code, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't create one for yourself. Whether you're a creative banker or a hairstylist, clothes are a tool that can be used to help you exude confidence and experience, even if you have very little. And wouldn't you prefer your look to say, I'm in charge here and I'm doing a fantastic effing job, rather than I'm just trying to make it through the day? Here is the Dom dress code. In the beginning of my big money energy journey, I would have had to sell an organ, maybe several, to pay for a Tom Ford suit and a pair of Prada loafers. Okay, so I couldn't wow potential clients with a bespoke Seville row threads, but I developed a few rules that kept me looking big money energy worthy as I figured out what worked best for me, and it worked for absolutely any budget. Number one is fit. Have you ever gotten down on the floor, sucked in your stomach, and held your breath while you slowly ease up a zipper on a pair of pants and thought, oh God, they're fit? Then it takes you 20 minutes to get off the floor because your pants are so tight that you can't move. That is not fit. It took me years to understand that just because I couldn't button a shirt didn't mean it really fit. You know, when you're out shopping for clothes, you've rejected 10 different things because they look terrible. Then you put on that one piece that you look in the mirror and think, God damn, I make this shirt look good. Hello, it's because that item fits you properly. While literal fit is important, that's not the kind of fit that I'm talking about. BME is about finding clothes that emphasize your best qualities and deflect attention from the parts that you're less excited about. I'm forever on the search for pants that don't make my legs look like skinny bananas. For me to get the right fit, I also need long shorts because my torso is so long that are also a super slim fit. So I've found one brand of shorts that exists for my proportions, and so they're all that I buy. Back when I had little money, I had to make do with whatever I could find on the clearance rack, which was okay. The only suits that I could afford were often a little boxy and loose, and I looked like a teenager who borrowed his dad's suit, which is the complete energy of BME, by the way. And I made it work. Once I found a tailor and he used his magic to make my suits fit, he transformed a less than impressive suit into something that looked fantastic. Tailors are geniuses. Find a good one that doesn't cost you too much. Most dry cleaners will actually do tailoring for cheap, and watch your wardrobe improve and your life change completely. Here's another tip: clean. I know wearing clean clothes sounds obvious. We all know we should not go to work wearing an old college t-shirt we wash only now and then. But when I was first starting out, clean meant something different than not wearing clothes from the bottom of the dirty laundry pile. My clothes were literally clean, but to give off big money energy, I became meticulous about wrinkles, lint, and pet hair. There was a brief period in my life when I had a pet pig. The handheld steamer is my best friend, and to this day, I always have a lint roller handy. Before getting dressed, I gave my clothes a once over for an errant smoothie stain or a piece of string dangling from the sleeve of my otherwise ultra clean and well-fitted dress shirt. I wasn't going to give off big money energy if I was sitting in a meeting thinking, can everyone tell that my pig slept on my pants? When I was on a tight clothing budget, I went for simple lines and neutral colors. I stayed away from things like bold colors, plaid, stripes until I had a better understanding of what I could actually pull off and could buy in higher quality pieces. Clean is safe when it comes to clothes, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you look messy, people will assume you are messy. Your work, your personality, and your mind. So clean it up. Shine. What you choose to put on your feet can say a lot about who you are. This goes for both men and women. When I was ready to go dominator, I invested in a solid pair of classic looking loafers. They complemented whatever I was wearing, and I kept those loafers looking pristine. Fast forward a bit into the life of baby BME Ryan, and those shoes eventually had holes in the soles, courtesy of the mean streets of Manhattan. Whenever it rained or snowed, I could look forward to having soaking wet feet. But no one ever knew that because I kept them perfectly shiny on the top, just like perfectly shiny on the top, like hair gel, shoe polish, can take you further than you think. And I certainly wasn't like hair gel, shoe polish can take you further than you think. And I certainly wasn't going to let people know my shoes were literally falling apart. Shoes are like the crowning glory of your outfit. And that means that the shoes that you put on can ruin a perfectly good outfit. Basic, but shine shoes trump trashed designer shoes every time. Have you ever seen a super impressive person in a killer outfit and scuffed up, worn down shoes? Ugh, I have. It's so gross. You haven't, because that's not how you dominate. That's right. I went through an unfortunate phase where I wore sneakers with a suit. I thought this would make me look hip and cool because I saw other people doing it. Check out my cool kicks paired with my classy suit. Business on top, Saturday on the bottom. Danielle, our producer for $1 Million Listen, would say things like, "Oh, that's what you're wearing? Interesting choice, Ryan." It became clear she wasn't saying so much that I had made a unique style choice. It was that I made a bad choice based on how the outfit looked on me. I didn't look cool. It looked confused. Like I got dressed in the dark and threw on whatever shoes I could find it with my hands. So people can really pull off the fabulous suit with the cool sneaker combos. I, however, cannot. So know thyself. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Don't ruin a fabulous dress by tossing on flip flops. Don't wear your gym shoes with a suit unless that's a look that you can really own. Don't wear shoes that call attention to your feet. That's attention your face and your personality will lose. I went through a phase where I wore really pointy dress shoes. They looked like men's witch shoes. I had so many pairs of them. They were in fashion for a bit, and while I thought the attention I got from them was great, I realized that people were remembering me more as the guy that had pointy shoes than the smart guy who knew a lot about real estate and would be nice to work with. So clothes that fit and shoes that shine make you feel amazing. And that energy shows outwardly in everything that you do. So your outfit is also the world's best business card. Instead of just handing over a piece of cardstock with your name and contact info, your outfit can speak for you. I know you're going to remember meeting me because it obviously looks like I am a boss. Listen, I was fired from a big building once, and I thought the developer hated me. But when asked her in an interview years later how it was to work with me, she said Ryan was great, fun, smart, great energy, and a great dresser. I knew people would buy from him the moment I saw him. True story. She still fired me though. I love my dominator clothes, but I love the moment when I morph back into regular Ryan even more. After a full day of meetings, pitches, phone calls, and hopefully a lot of deal making, I walk out of the elevator and into my apartment. I take off my shoes, kiss Amelia and Zena, say hi to Yaya, and then march directly into my bedroom where I shed my Dominator uniform and replace it with my favorite pink tank top and sweatshorts. Broker Ryan talks a mile a minute, and regular Ryan is definitely quieter. But I'm still the same confident, successful guy who just left his Prada shoes at the door. Thanks, Big Money Energy. I've reached to a place in my life where I'm still the same no matter what I have on. June Shen wore the same tracksuit every day with me for a week while we were looking for a $2 to $3 million apartment. But she wore it with confidence and an attitude that said, I'm the one with the millions, so I'm going to be comfortable while I'm jet lagged. Remember that someday, ideally in the near future, your big money energy will shine through brighter than ever, no matter what you are wearing. You'll have the right clothes you need to conquer your goals. But at the end of the day, when you change back into your comfy clothes, that energy will stick with you because it is you from now on. This is what he calls a confidence costume. If you're building a dominator look and determining what works best for you, have one really fantastic outfit. This is your confidence costume. Today, my dominator wardrobe game is tight. It helps me look successful, accomplished, polished, and confident. But for those really big meetings or closings, I still have a couple of go-to outfits that make me feel amazing. My all-time favorite is a navy blue suit with a white shirt and a pink Hermes tie, brown Levine shoes, and my AP watch that I saved up for over a year to buy. Turns out I'm not really a Rolex kind of guy. Whenever I put on this outfit, a transformation takes place. I feel like I can tackle anything. I have one other outfit that makes me feel equally incredible. It's a black pinstripe suit that I wear with the black Prada shoes and a Louis Vuitton belt and no brand logos showing, but the quality is unmistakable. Just try to mess with me in that outfit. You can't. I'm invincible. As you're building your wardrobe and your big money energy, focus on creating one supercharged, amazing outfit that makes you feel like a dominator. You'll feel its power every time that you put it on. I freaking love that. All right. Then he goes on to saying, you are what you don't eat. You are what you don't eat. Okay. Let's talk about the most obvious form of energy, the food you eat. You don't feel good about what you wear on the outside if you don't feel good on the inside. I should know. I was an overweight kid who was addicted to chocolate pudding for years. Now I only eat food between 12 and 6 p.m. every day. Some days, if I feel like it, I'll fast for 20 hours just because I can. I don't let this plan stop me from having a dinner out either with my lovely wife or with clients. If I know I have a dinner date, I don't start eating until 2 p.m. Since I started doing this, I've found I have more energy and I'm happier. I wake up at 4 a.m. full of big money energy and ready to dominate. A company called Food Matters prepares all of my food for me the night before and delivers it to my apartment every morning. If you were to look in my lunchbox, you'd likely find egg bites, fruit, a protein smoothie, a lean meat and vegetable, and a healthy snack. It's all good. And I love that I literally do not have to think about what I'm going to eat. It's all right in there in my giant lunchbox. Once you manage what you do and don't eat, and when, you'll find that you have more control over your mood, your physical appearance, and your energy, and a good fitting outfit on top of that. Now, that's when you're really dominating. And I freaking love that so much because this year is the first year that we have someone helping us here at the apartment. And she comes in once a week. She cuts up all the fruit. Like I buy like 4 different pineapples, like 2 different melons, like maybe 20 tomatoes, 3 onions, cilantro, like and she cooks all of that. Like she chops it up, ready to go. She makes lean chicken. So it's so easily and accessible. So we're like, we don't have to think about what we need to eat. The only thing that we're thinking about is just what do we want? Protein, carb, veggie, so it's a lot easier for us. And honestly, it's been a game changer. When we were living in Austin, we had this snap food thing, and it was really cool because they did deliver it on time, like once a week. And it was awesome, honestly. We always knew how much calories we ate in that day and that week. And then we had a trainer, so it was really easy for us to stay fit, especially when you're working all day and you have a lot of calls and you're like literally sitting down for long periods of time. So it's so important, and I want to get even more stricter with like how I approach these things, because especially because like I love sweets. Like I love a piece of chocolate, I love a cookie, I love banana bread, but I also want to be conscious of it. So the balance is very, very important. Now, what I really love is the confidence costume. I yet have to find a confidence costume. I know what I want, so I just need to go get it. Maybe if you're up for it, if you're listening to this, we'll take a plane to Milano and go to a tailor, because she is a female tailor and she rocks these amazing freaking outfits. The suits are impeccable, like three-piece suits for women. Okay. And it's so freaking nice. Like the materials pristine. Like I think he said that. And when we were living in Asia, we actually had custom tailored blazers. We had custom tailored shirts. That was my first time ever getting custom like dress shirts and pants. And always a great feeling because it's made for you. So if you haven't gotten a tailor, make sure to do so. We're currently here in Mexico, so yeah, we can go get someone to tailor our current clothes to make them even better. So you know what? I just got a really great idea. I'm excited for it, and stay tuned. Make sure to hit like, make sure to hit subscribe, make sure to comment below and let us know what you're going to be doing with your outfits. Might as well just, post a picture. That'd be cool. Post a picture of your confidence costume and tag Billionaire on it. That'd be really, really cool. I freaking love this so much. I'm sending you so much love today. I'm sending you so much confidence today because you got it. You got it. So cheers to you. Cheers to your amazing health, wealth, and big money energy. I'll see you in the next one.